I firmly believe the number one thing in a relationship is how you communicate.
Okay.
Is communication is the key to success.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with Ziggy, she communicates through her actions and her verbs, her doing things a lot. But sometimes I've been maybe a bit frustrated with Ziggy. You need to communicate your feelings a bit better with me so that we can understand each other.
Hello, Damian and
Hello,
Ziggy.
hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Sahabat Bicara. You know what? Do you ever do a podcast interview before, Damian?
Oh my God, I've never had my wife with me. I've done a bunch of podcasts, but Ziggy, it's going to be amazing having you here.
I hope so. I'm very nervous.
Because everyone knows you. I mean, I think my subscriber they absolutely know you.
Well, they've seen me, maybe.
With your Buaya Barat, yeah.
Buaya Darat, Buaya Barat. Now, I did not come up with that name. That was Joe in my podcast.
I know. It's your podcast. It's a Buaya Barat. But you are a Damian Hoo and very lovely wife, Ziggy. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
There's a lot of things that we want to talk about, but before that, do you know this is a very special dish from this sederhana restoran Padang?
Oh, wow.
Wow. Ziggy, dia udah pernah belum makan ini?
Belum pernah.
Belum pernah on this.
No, belum.
Really?
I've eaten this once in Singapore, but I've never had
It's
fish
different.
head.
It's
Oh,
different.
I need to try it.
It's different. It's a fish, a kakap. What do you call kakap? Snapper.
Oh, snapper.
Yeah. But only the head.
Okay.
It's okay. Not look that, it's not appealing. You can see the eye and the mouth. But this is really delicious.
How do we try it? We're gonna look at it, or we're gonna try it.
Try. Let's go.
Okay. We have to at least try it.
Mm-hmm.
You know how to...
No, you do the magic, Ziggy. You do the magic.
Teteh Ziggy. You know teteh Ziggy means?
Teteh.
Yeah.
Teteh.
Teteh.
Teteh it means
What's that?
apa ya? Big sister.
Big sister.
In the Sundanese.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
teteh. Okay.
Teteh.
Ziggy's my teteh.
That's not feels right.
No, you're not my teteh.
Okay.
Not my ibu or teteh. Wow. Okay, so we've got the fish head. We've got the satay padang.
Sate Padang. You ever try Sate Padang,
I'm
right?
I'm a big fan. We love
One
going
of-
to this
One
place.
of our favorite.
Senopati.
Senopati, we love this place.
Ah.
Always there.
You haven't tried the one in... I forgot.
In Padang.
No. In Central Jakarta.
Oh, yang di mana? Apa namanya?
It's Jakarta in Rawamangun.
Ada ya? Enak ya?
Ajomani.
Oh, aku belum pernah loh.
That's
That's
the
the
best.
one, is it?
That's the best.
Wow. Okay, let's try.
Wow. Masakan padang. Oh
Masakan
my
padang.
God, this
That's
stuff
right.
is... Okay,
Okay,
let's have
watch
a go
out
with
for
it.
the duri. Ini.
I mean,
Ini
it's
bersini.
pakai tangan, yeah?
Ya, tapi udah jangan pakai tangan nanti
happy to
kotor.
I'm happy not to pakai tangan at the moment.
But this Damian is a fans of pate.
Pete. Big
Mm-hmm.
fan.
Big
You're a
fans.
pete fan too,
Yeah, true.
Pete and Jenko.
Not a fans of Jenko.
Do you love durian as much as I
Yup.
love? Yes.
Oh. You like durian?
I'm obsessed.
Yeah, dia suka.
When we live in Bali,
Uh-huh.
he literally could eat durian every day. Like he could eat that on breakfast or even midnight.
Oh.
Oh my God, that's good.
Yeah, it's different from a Singaporean, right? Yeah,
Very different.
very different.
I love it. Let's just eat.
Let's-
Forget this podcast. You guys can talk. I'm going to eat.
What?
Oh my days, this is amazing. Oh, the sauce is incredible. This sauce, I've seen it before at Sedahana.
Yeah.
I've eaten at Sedahana before, and the sauce is... I don't know what this sauce is.
Curry. Kari
The
Padang.
way they do it is fantastic.
Santan, yeah. From the coconut soup.
Mm.
Yeah.
You're a regular. You like Cerita.
I love Padang food. I love food actually. Anything about food. What's your favorite food? Indonesian favorite food?
Oh, Indonesian favorite food. Well, Ziggy is the best at ordering food, and I just
Ordering.
eat
Oh,
it.
oh, not cooking, ordering
Food.
Like, we have a saying in English. I'm sure you have it in Indonesian. The key to a man's heart is through his stomach.
I know.
Is that what? How do you say that in Indonesian? Is there a
Yeah.
slang?
Yeah, I know.
And she's got the key because she can't cook much. Doesn't cook much, but she orders the best.
Yeah, never failed.
And she takes me to the best restaurants.
Okay.
So I don't know where we're going,
Yeah.
but I trust that it's going to be good.
Itulah kuncinya ya buat yang nggak bisa masak, pastiin datengin ke restoran yang paling the best,
Yeah.
tapi keren.
Best.
The best.
So she always orders the pecel lele.
Pecel
Is it
lele.
the pecel? Or
Yeah, Picture, we have a favorite near our apartment.
Oh, really?
The samba is really good.
the sambal?
He loved pecel lele.
Oh, I'm a big fan of that.
Oh my god.
With the ayam cabe hijau.
That's
I
from
love that.
different.
Her mum, my now mother-in-law,
Yes.
always gives us food packages full of rendang, beef rendang, and pete, jenkol. It's just the gifts, the joy of marrying into a
Yeah.
Sundanese family
Yeah, I know.
is endless. The food is just delicious.
In all Indonesian family, I think,
Yeah.
if you're married with a Javanese, Manonese, they all love food,
Oh,
and they will
yes.
always give you food, and food.
We love that Manado food. What's
Manado
that?
food, right?
I am richer.
I'm
I am Richard.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So, I mean, you are. I saw in your content, both of you. You guys are so sweet. I don't know. Is he a romantic person?
He is.
Oh.
He is.
On and off camera romantic.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you a romantic person?
Me, I'm not. Am I romantic?
Listen, romance is not always like giving people flowers.
Yeah.
She's never given me flowers or anything. But she does romantic things. Like,
Okay.
she'll say sweet things. I think her love language is very much sweet words and acts of service. I think romance is that to me. It's like, oh, she gets my pillow or something, or she gets my vitamins in the morning and
Oh,
makes sure that I
okay.
have. So
Oh,
she
yeah.
looks after me, and I think that's romantic.
It's an act of service.
Yeah,
The love
I
language.
wouldn't say that's the typical romance, but I do, surprise flowers sometimes.
Oh.
Sometimes.
Do you like that, or are you just shy when you do that?
Oh, I really love it. But because he never gave me flowers when I expected it.
Yeah.
Like he gave me flowers when in this random.
Oh,
He
okay.
never gave me flower on my birthday or on Valentine's Day. No.
Her birthday is this Friday.
This Friday.
She won't get flowers.
So tell me about your love story. I mean, when you guys met. Siapa mau cerita? Kamu.
We met last year,
Last year.
28th May.
You remember the date?
Yes.
That's romantic.
romantic.
That's romantic, right?
28th of May. Okay,
Yeah.
I remember that.
Okay, and then
So we met on the beach.
okay.
Did we?
Yeah, we met on the beach. That's true. We had coconut in Batu Beli.
I know what to believe.
Yeah.
And a sunset.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really romantic story.
And cheap
I'm
too.
surprised.
Coconut's only 25,000.
Yeah.
and then after the cheap coconut.
So yeah, but actually we met from dating apps.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. Nice.
No,
Hey, that's good. I mean, dating apps is not that bad. I do use dating app before.
Yeah, dating apps. It's funny because we looked back on our Tinder conversation like a few months ago. We're like,
Yeah.
I wonder what we said to each other.
Ah.
And
So
it's
basically, I just
embarrassing.
like talk a lot. I say hi first.
Yes,
I say
okay.
hi first, talk a lot, and then he just like, okay, cool, something like that. So I just like, thank you for your time.
Basically, she was writing this much, and I was like, yeah, cool.
Why? Why you just, reply that short?
Personally, on these dating apps, when I was dating, I just hate writing long messages. It's just too... It's like, why would I give you so much of my life to someone I don't even know?
Yes.
So I was like, if I'm going to give you long conversations, let's do it face to face.
Yeah, so we basically just exchange our Instagram account. We met around January, I think, and I went to Bali on February, but I didn't meet him back then. And then we just met on May. I think he saw my Instagram story.
Yeah, I was stalking you on Instagram, and then I was
we never talked
hey,
on
you're that
Instagram.
girl.
Yeah.
What's up? You're in Bali still.
Yeah, and at first I didn't want to see him.
Oh, why? Because you're still mad? Because of the short reply?
No, because it was my last day in Bali.
Okay.
So I'm just like, I was so tired, and I just want to spend my afternoon in the hotel. I didn't want to go anywhere else because I had a morning flight the next day.
Yeah, got it.
And I said, come on, maybe just an hour, sunset at the beach. Okay.
And turns out that's the best decision you ever made, I think.
Yeah.
Oh. Why you give me that look? I mean, you've been here. You met a lot of Indonesian girls, right? True. Am I right?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, why Ziggy?
Why did Ziggy... you know what? This may not sound romantic. This is my practical side of me.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that there's a one.
Okay.
Ziggy's not the one. She's the one in the right time.
Nice.
So as I've matured and got older and realized, okay, I'm not looking for the same party lifestyle I did when I lived before. I met Ziggy and realized, just a minute, she balances me really well. She's a good complement. She's very, the chemistry between us and the compatibility is super where I am right now in my life, where I was last year. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was a time where I was like, yeah, this is the girl for me. I need to see more of this girl.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. After that date on the coconut beach, she flew to Jakarta the following day. And I was like, you come back to Bali? And she's like, yeah, maybe. And so we talked about this maybe thing. And I said, well, come down. So she came down for a week.
Oh.
And we called it our week trial. Of like, can we put up with each other for a week?
Nice.
And then by the end of that week, we looked at each other and said, did we pass the trial? And we both agreed, yeah, I think the trial went well.
So there's not like, oh, I think I love you. No, there's no such thing. We just like,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, we didn't say I love you at that
Just
time.
past the trial. The
Yeah, she just
week
passed the trial.
of trial.
Yes.
And then we made plans for her to, well, this is where it got interesting. She was always wanting to quit her job, weren't you, Ziggy?
Yeah, I always wanted to quit my job, and I was waiting for my annual bonus at the time.
Yeah.
So I just, okay, if I didn't quit now, I never quit. So I just like, right after one day after I received the bonus, I text my boss because some of us still on working from home, right? So it's like, but aku resign na.
Langsung hari itu.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
She packed her life into a suitcase and moved to Bali.
Is it because of him?
No.
Come on.
Do you believe that?
I inspired the move. I inspired the move. I made it happen.
Yeah.
I think you took part of it, but not like 100%. It's
No,
because
you always
of it.
wanted to do
I
it.
always
You
wanted
needed,
to do it.
like, humans need enablers. I was just the
You just
enabler.
need a trigger.
You needed a trigger.
I just need a little bit
Push.
Yeah.
And you got pushed.
Yeah, and he's the one who made the push.
Yeah.
Well, she came to Bali, and ironically, we then only stayed there for 6 weeks, 8 weeks. And then I was like, I got a contract deal with Grab to go travel Java and make content as we traveled. So I was like, Ziggy, let's let's go travel Java from east to west.
Really?
Yeah.
And in her head, it sounded amazing, right? Oh, we get to travel for 3 months, and we're going to be together, and we're going to stay in hotels, and I'm going to be filming, and you're going to be editing, and all this romance, right?
Yeah.
Like we're a travel couple. But for certain people, and I've been creating for a couple of years, so I'm ready. She doesn't know what to expect. So it's very exhausting for her to do this.
Sure.
And that was an amazing time, 3 months, but we both know that it was a hard time for Ziggy to be my girlfriend / assistant for that time.
But you hold on, you survive.
I survived.
Just.
I almost didn't survive, but I survived.
There was a time in Yogyakarta where we had a fight, and she was like, "That's it. I'm going to catch a train. I'm going to Bandung. I'll meet you in Bandung.
Okay.
You can go drive the car yourself, Semarang, Cirebon, get to Bandung."
Okay.
And she'd already booked the train ticket from Yogyakarta to Bandung. And at the last minute, I was like, "Ziggy, wait. Let's just sort this out." So she wasted all this money on a train ticket. She didn't take it.
The train, you didn't take it.
No, I didn't.
The train, you can hear it from the hotel.
Yeah.
Doot, doot, doot. And I'm like, "Ziggy, you want to take it or you want to stay?"
Well, I think it's one of the hardest time with him. What happened?
We just had I think I was very exhausted at the time.
Yeah.
And we had this problem about hotel situation.
Yeah.
And he asked me to do something, and I'm just like, I'm doing it now.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
when we try to connect with the people, we just like say hello first. Hey, how are you?
Yeah.
And then we ask
about
about the problem later, right? But he just like, why did you just go straight, say it straight? And I'm like, no, I can't do that. We Indonesian do basa-basi first,
Bit of basa-basi. What does that mean? Small talk.
Small talk.
Okay, I'll remember that.
Yeah, so
maybe he forgot that this is Indonesia, and sometimes you cannot say anything just straight of it. Yeah, you need to turn a little bit more and then go to the main of your conversation. Yeah.
I'll let you do that.
Okay. Yeah, and then that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened, and we had a lot of fight during our trip, and maybe
This is the thing. We knew each other for a brief while, and then we committed to each other 24/7 for 3 months.
Yes.
And remember, for 23 of those hours, it's great.
Yeah.
But there's always an hour that got tense. And that's, a testament to us where we were like, okay, we're having a great time, but there's a fight that ruined the next period of time. Then we got to recover, apologize, build again, and have all this amazing times. And then there's a fight. So, we condensed a real normal relationship into a real small amount of time.
Yep.
And it was hard. It put a lot of pressure on us.
Yeah.
But when we arrived in Jakarta, and then we had the relief of going, we're going to then go to Bali and relax for a week. I made the realization that, you know what? I think this girl could be the one, because we've got through so much in 3 or 4 months, and we're still here.
Yeah.
We're still making plans. We're still loving each other.
Yeah.
And I think that was the moment where I decided, I probably should propose to this one.
Wow. Maybe you just stayed less than a year, but those 3 months, I think it means a lot for you guys. There's a lot of things happen there. You can see the real color of Damian. And what did you hate the most from Damian?
What I hate the most?
Yeah.
He farts a lot.
You don't hate that, though.
I hate it.
You don't hate that.
Oh, yeah?
It's not true.
Like, when we were like trying to be romantic, and just like, where is the romance?
What the hell, Ziggy?
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Well, so that's the only thing, yeah?
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Only
that's
that.
good.
Oh, that's good.
Overall, you're good.
Oh, hear that? See? That's all right. I'm still good.
Yeah. Okay, let's wait until another 2 years.
Do I get the same
Do it.
question? Do I get the same question? What do I
Yes, I'll
hate
get
about
back to
Ziggy?
you. What do you hate about her?
Nothing. I don't hate anything about you.
Nah.
I do? Okay.
You-
And this is a joke, an in-joke, but I'm going to let it out.
Yeah.
You know, last year there was a certain volcano in central Java
Yes.
that erupted, right? So sometimes Ziggy gets a bit volcanic. I think. Sometimes she's going up the mountain and suddenly,
Okay. Okay.
So I've nicknamed her Merapi,
Oh, I'm
like Mount
rapping.
Gunung Merapi, yeah.
Yeah.
And so like sometimes she'll just get volcanic. Sometimes I'm like, hey Merapi, chill out, So I don't hate that about her.
Oh.
I'm well aware. It's like living next to the volcano. You got to respect the volcano
yeah.
because at any time it might.
Merapi. And
Merapi.
how does it feel to, live with someone that probably, or I can assure that he talks more than you?
Oh. Sometimes it's just exhausting. Like when I eat, he just keeps talking. He never stops talking. He only stops talking when he sleeps and editing. That's the only time he stops talking. It's like,
Or when I'm editing videos.
Yeah.
And then you can't stop annoying me. No, seriously, I'll be editing and she'll come over and try to get attention. But she'll be like, I'm like, get out of here. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. But after a while, you guys are now, you're married now. So there's a hard time? Yay! Look at that ring.
he put it on the left because.
Oh yeah, there's a busted finger, like
Yeah.
it's broken, so it's
Really?
swollen. Yeah, like look at the difference in size.
Oh,
Yeah.
He was
okay.
broken.
But,
And yeah,
yeah.
Aussie guy put it on the
Aussie.
left.
Yeah, Aussies guys put it on the left. Eh?
But you know that in Indonesia, there's a lot of differences about wedding and marriage. I mean, in Indonesia, there's really, I can say, what you call ribet, yeah, ribet. To ask someone's daughter to marry with you, because in Europe or in the West, they just ask for, do you want to marry me, and they say yes. But now you have to face with her family, right? So do you guys have a hard time about it?
I tell you what, we first met her family when we were on our grab road trip. We're driving from, where did we go? From Kuningan up into Bandung, and then
Yeah,
we
we were
went
in-
down to Cilangsi in Bogor, where she's from. And that's the first time
Yeah.
we met them, was at your brother's graduation in
Bandung.
Bandung.
Yeah.
And like I think there was a bit of difference between you and your family. Like you hadn't seen them for a while.
Yeah.
I think she'd taken explicit time to say, I'm not going to connect with my mother because she had a bit of a
We had a
problem.
problem.
We
had-
differences.
Yeah, we had
Okay.
differences, and I didn't see them for like 4 years.
Oh, okay.
Around 4
Yeah.
years. So it was like they were not focused on him, but focused on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was very beautiful to first see her mother's reaction to seeing her,
Oh, how is it?
because it hadn't been for 4 years, and we're at the Bandung University, and then Ziggy's just walking along, and then you could see this lady in the distance running,
Really?
and she was crying, and
Oh.
I was just like, oh my god, this is how much obviously the mum has missed the daughter. And you know what, I guess it was great because I was there to support Ziggy as she got to see her mother again, and her brothers and her sister. and then we spent some time together, and it was good to see that they were reconciling their differences and just figuring it out again. And in a way, I like to think that I was a part of that because I gave Ziggy some support as she got to do that. I'm not sure Ziggy would do that without me there.
So you decided to, met your family. Why that time with Damian?
Because it was perfect timing. I always wanted to go to my brother's graduation because I missed my other brother's graduation because I was still newbie in the office, so I couldn't take leave. So this time, was perfect timing. We were in Bandung, and his university is also in Bandung. So I always talk to him, ask, when is your graduation?
So it's nice to become a witness for Ziggy and her mom and her family. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, Ziggy is super unique to me. Like sometimes she's very talkative, and then when she's shy and nervous, she just shuts down. She doesn't talk.
Yeah.
So she got shy and nervous around her mum, and she's not saying anything. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm the one who's talking now. And she doesn't speak any English, and my Bahasa is pretty. You can imagine.
Really good.
Bagus. And it was like, okay, let's just talk this through. And what I've noticed over the months is that they've learned to trust each other again and can be there for each other. And when we got to do our marriage in Chilangsi, the mother was super important in organizing and helping everything and organizing the food and the outfits.
Yeah.
And I love seeing her mom and her get close again, and I like getting to know this side of my new side of the family. It's very unique.
Talk about your wedding. I saw that's a really traditional Muslim wedding. So tell me about it. I mean, you tell me about it.
This is a very dramatic story.
Okay.
Actually. So after we met my family in Bandung, I came to visit my house again when we were in Bekasi. We were in Bekasi and we were heading to Bogor. So I said, let's go to my house, and then so there was my family, my mom, my brothers, my sisters. I have like two brothers and one sister. So at that time, like I just said like I wanted to get married.
Oh, okay.
I was saying it right. Yeah. So they're just like started crying.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because they just like, I don't know, maybe it's hard for them to having this foreigner to be my husband. And then, but they know that they just couldn't say no to me.
Yeah.
So they're just like, okay, that's okay, as long as you don't convert to his religion.
Yeah, I do understand.
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't know what was going on. I remember the mom and the brother crying, and I'm like, oh, what's going on here? They don't want me to marry her. That's what I was in my head. It was like, that's it. They don't want her to marry. And then later I asked Ziggy, I was like, what did they say? And Ziggy was like, they're just scared that she's wanting to go to Christianity because I'm a Catholic.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized the only way I was going to marry this girl is if I converted to Islam.
Yeah.
There was no like, oh, I get to be Christian, you get to be Muslim. There was none of that. I realized after seeing the mum and brother cry so much, I was like, I'll do it. I'll do whatever it takes.
That day?
Yeah.
You already decide?
Oh, after I saw that, like, there was no way I was going to fight that. It doesn't...
Yeah.
For me, my Catholicism in Australia is not even that strong. It's like, yeah, I went to Catholic school. I know how to do all the prayers, but I'm not that into it.
Yeah.
And I know how important it is for her mother and brother. And that's the most important thing. I wanted her to be to be comfortable.
So when he say that he want to convert to Muslim, how do you feel? You feel relieved?
No, at first I didn't know that he wanted to convert.
Really?
Yeah, so after we finished our Java trip, we went back
Yeah.
to Bali and we head back to Australia, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was so random. We were in Sydney at the time, I think. Yeah. So there's like this town hall. There's like stand for Muslim, stand for Catholic,
Yeah.
and he just he's always curious about everything. So he just started talking, asking things to the people who were in the Muslim stand.
Okay.
So like I
Yeah,
think
his name was Muhammad.
yeah,
this guy.
his name was Muhammad, and he talked to him like, okay, brother, do you want to convert? Like, yeah, sure. Okay, when do you have time? You can go to Lakemba Mosque. So a few days later, we went there.
Yeah.
So it's your discomfort journey. I mean, well, maybe you're not strong before with your previous religion, but to convert to something new, it's another level of your spiritual journey. So is that an interesting story about it?
It's been very much a learning process this year. I learned so much about, Eid and Lebaran and, am I saying it correctly? Idul Adha.
Idul Adha.
So every time there's a big occasion, I'm like, ooh, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to wear. Even before our marriage, we went and did some prayers in her town, in Chilangsi, and all the bapaks and the uncles were all there doing something. I don't know what it was.
Apa sih itu?
Pengajian.
Pengajian.
And I'm just a curious learner.
Okay.
And I'm like, I like doing this because I know it's now part of what's best for our family that we're growing. So, I it's not like I buy into everything and go, wow, this is now what I have to do. For example, Idul Adha, I saw the cow being killed and strangled or whatever. And it's the sort of thing where it's like, oh, wow, I don't really want to be part of this anymore. So next year, I'm not sure what to do. Maybe I just hang out in the...
Nah.
No, I don't know.
I never want to watch it.
I don't want to watch it again.
Yeah.
It's the first time
You
I'm
don't
watching
have to, right?
I don't want to
You
watch
don't
it.
have to.
We could just go there, eat, and talk, and then just go home
I'm
before
happy.
it happens.
I don't want to watch it again.
You already fasting together?
Not yet.
Before night? Oh, not yet, yeah.
Yeah.
Next year.
Next year.
Yeah, might have a good go at it, Daisy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing intermittent fasting right now,
Yeah.
which is a good way for weight loss.
For-
Right now I can eat. Yes.
Let's But you know what? In a traditional wedding, there's you told in the content before, it's a akad, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You're really nervous when
Oh.
you say about that.
The line.
Akad, yeah? Apa sih?
Yeah,
akad.
The line.
The line.
The line, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just that whole process was unnerving. It was a guy I had no idea who he was comes up to me in broken English. He goes, "You know how to say the line, right?" He didn't say, "Hi, I'm the guy who's going to be handling your wedding today."
Yeah.
He just
No,
went, "You know the line, right?"
Oh, not the penghulu.
He's not the penghulu. He's like my cousin,
Okay.
and he's like a ustad.
Ustad.
Yeah.
Your cousin is Ustad.
Yeah.
And then the one who menjadi penghulu gitu. Yang
No,
nikahin no juga.
the penghulu is the other guy.
Okay.
And I'd been practicing the line,
Yeah.
and then when he came up to me with no smile and just straight in, "You know how to say the line, right?" And then just walks away. I'm like, "Oh God, okay, this I've got to get this right. Let's get this right." And I was very nervous because you got a crowd of 100 people and a microphone waiting for you to say that line.
True.
And I'd practiced it the night before.
But all good.
I
All good.
nailed
Oh,
it.
good.
Oh, wow. One time?
One time.
One breath.
Wow. One time.
One breath.
My
Yeah.
husband had to do 2 times.
Really? 2 times.
2 times.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So, are you happy with your Indonesian life now?
Wow. That's a really good question. Because we are being drawn. We need to focus step by step. Whenever we get dreams of maybe we should move to Australia and be close to my parents and my family, maybe we should go back to Bali and breathe the fresh air again and get those sunset coconuts, you know. We got to realize what we're trying to achieve now is the top priority, and that is to become pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah.
And right now we've gone through a procedure called IUI, which is sort of like a fertility
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
thing that is increasing the chance of her getting
Yeah,
pregnant.
yeah.
And we are hoping for good news sometime soon.
Yeah.
So we need to then cross that step to then go, okay, what's best for our family? What's best for the kid? Do we stay in Jakarta? There's a few great things here that are keeping us here, and I love it how she's got friends and family. I have stability and work, and every opportunity I have here is here. But I won't lie, there are two things in this town which are really challenging me, and you probably can guess what they are. What? The traffic and the pollution.
Yeah.
Simple as that. I'm just like, oh, it really bites you in the butt to realize, okay, you have to deal with the traffic every time you do this.
Yeah.
The pollution is something that I can taste. I can taste it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I want that for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Maybe another year, but then I dream of how I lived in Australia without that, and go, okay, there is a possibility we could live like that.
Yeah.
And that's privilege, because I can in an instant go back to Australia, take my wife, take my child, and get everything sorted out.
Yeah. You have to start from a zero again over there, maybe, or she need to start all over again in another country.
It'd be a great challenge.
Yeah.
A great challenge, but
But
these things aren't just everywhere in Australia. And if you do, there are hundreds of dollars
Yeah.
for this stuff.
yeah.
what do you want?
What do I want?
Yeah. Where you want to live in Indonesia, or you want to live in Australia actually inside your heart?
It's a tough question.
Yeah.
What do I want? Like, I enjoy living in Jakarta because my family's here, my friends are here. But I know if we have children someday, this is not a good place for them to grow.
Yeah.
Like the pollution, there's no park.
And you can get it everywhere in Australia.
And I don't want my kids to grow just to hang out in the mall.
Yeah.
In a kid zone in the mall. That's not.
I like those kid zones though. They look cute and fun.
But I love blue sky more.
Imagine every day your kid.
Yeah,
True, she got a point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So now we're just waiting for the good news, and then maybe after a while, and then there's 1 or 2 children, or 5, or how many children?
5.
No, 5.
No, it's twins. They could be twins. We've been waiting for a while, then suddenly we get twins. Who knows?
Yeah. And then maybe just do whatever, suit both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could. I say all this stuff about Jakarta. We could be here in 3 years having the same conversation, going, "Wow, we're back again. We're still here."
Yeah.
I don't know.
We don't know.
Before we gotta eat this kepala kakap.
Yeah.
This is a very cliche question, but because I invited you here to hear about your love life, love story. What is a partner, and what is love for you in life? I mean, partner for a life. I mean, for a husband and a wife. What is it for you? He have to be as a partner, a good partner. Harus yang kayak gimana sih sebenarnya suami untuk kamu?
Well, he's doing a pretty good job being a husband.
Really?
Yeah, like he always encouraged me do something productive. Sometimes we fight, but I think it's normal. But I think in this relationship, I think what to say?
Apa?
relationship or marriage is mostly talking, right?
Yes. True.
So yeah, like
Find someone who can talk a lot with you, spend the days just talk anything.
yeah, and he talks a lot. So yeah.
And you?
For me, on that topic of talk, I firmly believe the number one thing in a relationship is how you communicate.
Okay.
You know, is communication is the key to success. And I think with Ziggy, she communicates through her actions and her verbs, you know, her doing things a lot. But sometimes I've been maybe a bit frustrated with Ziggy. You need to communicate your feelings a bit better with me so that we can understand each other. So I'm from that school of relationships in my past where we work everything out through how we talk, and we don't want to have a problem before we go to bed. We want to fix it before we go to bed. And so I know in the past year I've just been a constant encouragement to Ziggy to focus on listening and responding, and we communicate together and build our connection through that. And through that builds our trust and our understanding and our what's the word, like comprehension of each other, so we can keep building the love, because I've seen it all before and learned from my past where we haven't been true and honest and communicative. We've been hidden and sometimes passive aggressive, but any of those toxic things and make themselves known in a relationship when you can't communicate freely, openly, clearly to each other. And that's what we try to do. And we keep focusing on that, and we know that everything is a good product from that. So that's our love.
I do agree. I do agree. But you know that I think for me the difference between Indonesian man and foreigner or Western, what you call as foreigner, they speak honestly and directly about your feelings. So Indonesian man or woman, sometimes they try to keep it, and they're not really straightforward to say things about your feelings. Is that you feel about that?
Well, I'm after seeing her family and after knowing her background in relationships, I totally understand why she's not a free communicator with love, with life, with problems. She often shuts down her thought process and goes, "That's it, I'm going to go silent on this." And I see how she grew up and where she came from. I'm like, okay. So I try to give her the other side of the coin from where I grew up and how I dealt with relationships, and always firmly believe that we've got to communicate our way out of this problem. We've got to figure it out. So it's a hard learning situation for Ziggy, because she's being tested by me all the time. Because I'm like, Ziggy, we can't go silent on this. It's not going to fix. We got to work it out. You got to tell me how you feel, and you've got to listen to me. You got to understand how I'm feeling, because if you don't get me, then I don't trust you that you get me. So we got to. It's a hard practice.
Kamu ngerasa bedanya kalau dari yang dulu before met him? So mungkin dulu di relationship sebelumnya kita tertutup banget gitu ya. Sama dia belajar berubah.
In English or in
English, okay.
Before him, I basically I had a boyfriend, and he was also introverted like me. So when he had a problem, he never told me. So, but now I have him, and he always like, if you have problem, you have to tell me. So I learned a lot from him, to communicate more, to grow myself through this relationship.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a catch line. We still have a catch line.
Yeah, of course.
And it's like, sometimes I feel that I don't know she has a problem with me until it's 24 hours later. So
Are you okay? No, I'm okay.
yeah, that.
Right? That look, right? No, I'm okay. Whatever.
Yeah. So I'm sensing Ziggy's a bit odd today. I'm like, Ziggy, what's going on? Nothing. And I'm like, oh, God, Ziggy, you can't do this all day.
Yeah.
So we have a cry called where I just simply say, this is what you say, Damian, I've got a problem, I want to talk about it. Simple as that, right?
Yeah.
And I just hope that she says it to me. And sometimes she does. I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm glad you've got a problem, and I'm glad you want to talk about it. Now, what's the problem? Oh, sorry, I should have done that. You know? Sometimes as men and me, we don't know we're doing something wrong until someone tells us we're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
We just keep doing our thing. And then sometimes we really need to be told, hey, this is making me feel not great when you do this.
So you're not in intention to hurt her sometimes because you just don't know that it's disturbing her.
It can be unaware and rude because I'm not getting the feedback to say, hey, it makes me feel like this when you do that. So can you try something new?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we agree that relationship needs more open communication and honest communication. And then what? The last?
What else?
I think never ending what?
I think
Compromise.
I firmly believe it's never what the problem is that ruins a relationship. It's how you deal with the problem. Everyone gets problems. Once a week, once a month, once a day, there's a problem. But if you can't deal with the problems well, then say bye to your relationship. You have to figure out strategies and methods that suit each other. Last night, we had a little problem, and Ziggy used this strategy where she's obviously learned, where she took away from the situation and she did some meditation or some breathing, or she took it to a quiet space, and I'd never seen her do that before. I wanted to continue the fight, not continue the fight. I was like, Ziggy, let's sort this out. Come on, let's talk it out. But I now know that Ziggy needs quiet time before she can come back down to earth. So I'm like, oh, this is interesting. She's chilling and breathing and just relaxing. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to let her do her thing. This is new. And then after maybe 20 minutes, we came back and said, all right, Ziggy, you ready to talk? And she was in a better space. So this is a new strategy that we're doing. That it's like, okay, this is best for both of us. She can go up, but it takes a longer time for her to come down. I can go up and then realize, okay, we can come down. I can come down a lot quicker.
Right.
So that's great. We've figured out a way that we can deal with these frosty problems sometimes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the inspiration about relationship. I mean, I know that you're new, but it doesn't matter that you are new as a couple or not. There's always something that we can learn. And I really hope that you will have one or two or three cute children in a near time. How many children do you want?
Two.
Well, she wants a boy. I
boy.
want a little girl.
A girl.
So we can have one boy and one girl.
Deal, God.
Little Ziggy.
Little Ziggy.
Yeah.
Merapi.
Little Merapi.
Little Merapi.
God.
Can you imagine little Merapi with the small girl of Merapi?
Oh.
Okay. That's it.